Apple parents, excited today because here I have with me Ann Wolf. And Ann Wolf is a specialist in gifted education. She is from the Colorado Gifted Resource and has more than 30 years experience in gifted education in the private and public sectors. So now she does consulting for families, and I wanted her to come on and talk to you a little bit about some introduction of what is giftedness type of things. So let's start with that. What does it even mean to be gifted, Ann?
So if you're gifted, you are able to do things significantly more easily and more quickly than age peers. So you might be gifted athletically, you might be gifted academically, but essentially you learn and can do things more quickly and more easily than others of the same age.
Nice. And how can I tell if I might have a gifted child if I have, let's say, an elementary school child?
So an elementary school student who is gifted will probably find school, especially public school, very easy. They tend to be able to learn things in 1 or 2 repetitions rather than the 12 to 15 to 20 that the rest of the class can do. So they may be bored, they may be causing problems in class, they may totally shut down. Your gifted child may also be making connections between different subjects that other peers are not making. And teachers often know. You can ask, so do you think my kid's gifted? And the teacher may say, sure, I think your kid's gifted.
When I was in the gifted schools, I found that those connection pieces, that was really a huge indicator for me. Like, they can take a concept and they relate it to so many other things. And that's big, that's huge.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And also, gifted kids often have a very adult sense of humor. So they'll make jokes, you get them, the teachers get them, and everybody else just looks at them like, yeah, right.
Yeah, I saw that too. It's like they're this little person, but they're like an adult talking to you. It's kind of awkward, actually.
Sometimes very awkward. And you forget that they're kids. So one of the issues that young gifted children often have is that because they have that advanced vocabulary and the advanced ability, people treat them like adults. And then when they have a meltdown or they, are crying, you're thinking, oh, darn it, you are just 7.
Yeah. I could see that. And so now if I think I have a gifted child, what would I do next?
So first I would talk to the teachers and ask what it is that the school district does for gifted students where you are. In Colorado, every child who is in 2nd grade or above in public school is screened for giftedness. If it's in a private school, you may want to ask, what do I need to do? Do I need to go and have my child tested independently? Other states have different rules. Once you find that out, you need to advocate for your child. And you need to advocate for your child whether or not they're willing to test them. So, my child is reading books in the 4th grade level and they're in 1st grade. How can we together have my child reading books that he or she is interested in? She already knows the math. Can we prove that she knows the math so that she can move on ahead? I'll be happy to work with you as a parent and make a new curriculum or enhance the curriculum. You're working on fractions. Great, everybody needs to do fractions. My child already can add them. Can we add multiplication to that? Those kinds of things.
That's huge. And I, as an educator, I wanted to just add that if you have a child and they're gifted and they're bored, a lot of times you're going to see them acting out. Now they're causing trouble. They're distracting the other kids. And that's really, really frustrating for a teacher. So keeping them and keeping those academics challenging is so important. And parents, do not feel hesitant to advocate for your kids. You're not being a pushy parent. This is what you need to do so that they can get the best education that they can, and they can be the best kid themselves. They want to be themselves. So.
And remember that it's not a great race. So sometimes people will say, oh, we'll just grade accelerate them. And grade acceleration can be a perfect option for some children. But getting through school faster doesn't necessarily make it work. So a student may only be gifted in math. And let's give them the math that they need at the level they need, but let them do the reading and the social studies with their age peers.
I'm glad you brought that up, Anne, because it's a huge point to consider. Remember, go back to what you said before, they are just kids. So if you start accelerating them in grade level, now they're in with older kids, and a lot of times that's not socially emotional appropriate for them. So what you're doing right now, your consulting services, so you
Yes.
can help these parents?
Absolutely. And, I'm happy to have phone calls and conversations. I go into schools for meetings and sit there and say, so what works best for this child in this district or in this school so that everybody is successful? Because we want them to be kids. We want them to enjoy school. We want them to enjoy out of school.
Yeah, thank you so much. If you would like to contact Anne further, please do. I will have her information attached to this video, and hopefully we'll see a lot more of you in the future.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.